I'm joined by Rick Avila, who has been on multiple times. No stranger to GDQ video. Rick, thanks for joining me.
Glad to be back.
Yeah. Could you introduce yourself a bit and about what your role is, or exactly what kind of work you do?
Rick Avila. I'm a computer scientist. I've been pursuing AI since mid-'80s, approximately. And I've watched it evolve over the many years. And I'm also a gamer. I like to play, well, I don't have as much time now. I'm leading a startup called Acumetra. And, but as you know from previous times, I'm a huge fan of PvZ, or Plants vs. Zombies. And I've led AI for major organizations like GE, and I'm very involved in artificial intelligence for lung cancer screening.
So you've talked with us before about the kind of calibration devices that GDQ has helped to fund. Can you tell us a little bit more about how that project has been going? It's been a few years since we really were able to dive in about it, but how is that? Has it still continued? Has it been productive?
Absolutely, yeah. You got to remember that most CT scanners are designed to measure all kinds of things. Like they're generally what's considered to be the Swiss Army knife of imaging. But they're not particularly well designed to measure out in the periphery, where lung nodules tend to show up and lung cancers tend to show up. So we designed phantoms that can do that, that are ultra low cost, and you guys helped us deploy them around the world.
And a phantom being basically like a small little test device that can help you calibrate a machine.
Right, it's a calibration device, and we just want to make sure that when we do imaging of somebody for lung cancer screening, that those devices, that scanner is operating at a reasonable level. So you all helped fund us to put 40 of our first phantoms, called CTLX-1s, around the world. And then that was so successful that we also got some more funding to put a much larger, more involved phantom throughout Poland. And we've had just tremendous response from not just Poland, but countries around the world. So I can't say it for sure right now, but given the strong response we've had from lung cancer screening programs around the world, this looks like it's going to become an international standard for how lung cancer screening could be done. So I really want to thank the AGDQ community for helping us get this started. And I think you're going to see lots and lots of payback around the world. We want to particularly make sure that countries that are just getting started in screening are doing the screening with at least a minimum level of quality. And we want to make sure that they do it well, especially at the start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, being able to get not having to play catch up, being able to start off with all the advancements that everywhere else is starting off with sounds like the right game plan.
Yeah, that's the way to go. Great.
So what's it mean to you to be here at an imaging workshop to talk about this kind of work with lots of other folks from all over?
Well, I'm one of the very fortunate ones to have been at the very start of this 19 years ago or so. It's been a wonderful journey. When we started, nobody was doing this kind of a conference. Now there's many others, but nothing that's focused on lung cancer. And lung cancer is the top cancer killer, and especially around early detection in lung cancer. So this is a unique forum for how researchers can come together and advance the field for early lung cancer detection. We often set requirements here, recommendations here, and then we go out for the rest of the year and we try and make good on those recommendations. So lots and lots of things. We've published books. We've held additional meetings. We've decided to deploy calibration phantoms all over the world, for example, and we've done a lot of real good as a result of getting together here every year.
Incredible. You mentioned being a big gamer yourself, and I heard very briefly from Jim Mulshine that the gaming industry actually helped indirectly advance cancer research and in detection and processing of CT scans, things like that. Can you expand a little bit on how like the graphics card industry exploding from gaming helped affect cancer research, cancer prevention?
Sure. So probably most of your friends in AGDQ know that graphics cards and graphics processors, GPUs, are used extensively in AI research and AI products. Typically, most of the imaging AI uses what's called a convolution neural network. And we use both standard graphics cards as well as now dedicated graphics cards that are designed specifically for AI, some from NVIDIA and from other companies. We have right now my company has an AI for detection of lung nodules in CT scans that runs in 20 seconds. And the reason why is because we're able to use GPUs that are many times, hundreds of times faster than what we'd be able to do in a CPU. So it's really advanced the field. The gaming community has done a great service by just gaming to advance the ability to detect early lung cancer through AI and through other methods.
You said you've been part of this workshop for 19 years since inception. Give me a ballpark of kind of what processing time would have been like for a scan trying to identify nodules and stuff back at the beginning, or if there even was such a possibility.
So in around 2021, I was leading GE's AI, and we deployed lung nodule AI, lung nodule detection around the world for testing. And it took about, I think it was around 3 minutes. So let's call it 180 seconds. And now we can do it in 20 seconds. So, and much, much better, higher performance, and with much more data. So, so if we, so that's 9 times, almost 10 times faster, right?
Mm-hmm. And that's allows you to do more and more, get as many scans done in a much faster time.
We have some innovations we'll be talking about in the coming months that will turn that, having that level of turnaround time, 20 seconds, will make a huge difference in how patients get treated and even the quality of their images when they get a CT scan. So lots and lots of innovations are possible if you can bring that time down to under 30 seconds, for example.
Incredible. As somebody who's been working with Prevent Cancer Foundation and specifically just in the field of early detection and prevention for a long time, how has PCF support impacted you or have you seen it grow over the years?
PCF support has come in at really very important times for us. We came in and we disrupted a number of fields and industries. We brought in a calibration phantom that was at least 10 times cheaper than anything else out there and fully automated, and the precision with which we can measure resolution and other things is so much higher than anything else. And to be honest, a lot of whenever you disrupt an industry, you take on a lot of enemies, right? A lot of people don't like that. Think of electric cars, think of all sorts of other things. So when you guys, when Prevent Cancer Foundation helped out, when others have helped out, you made it possible for us to reach much further out and spread the word about, again, what's very likely going to become a new, an international standard for how you should screen for lung cancer in terms of image quality. So I would say, we owe you a great deal of gratitude for, helping us out at the moment when we were fighting some of our toughest battles with people who didn't want to see it so easy. There's organizations that did not want to see it to be easy for a clinical site to know the resolution of their scanner. I hate to tell you. So we again appreciate all the help and support along the way.
And if I know you, you've always got some prop or something to really show us.
Oh yeah.
You had something in mind, I believe, here as well. If you wanted to
I don't know if you can get a shot of this. We've been sending out phantoms and calibration devices with small objects in it, like ellipsoids and other things. But that's not really the shape of a real lung cancer, and especially a very early lung cancer. So lately, what we've been doing is we've been using some of the latest 3D printers, and some of them, well, the ones we have right now are about 50 micron resolution, but the latest ones go down to what is it, 22 micron.
Really small, super high resolution.
So then we can
devices.
take a patient's early lung cancer. Let's say they found a lung cancer during screening when it was 8 millimeters in diameter, and we can extract it out, a model of it, and then we can print it. And like you see here, you see that small, tiny object.
Wow.
And now what we're doing is we're asking clinical sites all around the world to send us early lung cancers that are difficult to measure, and we're copying them. And I'm generating literally hundreds of these, which are very precisely made and validated to be precise. And we're now sending them back out to the clinical sites and putting them in the phantoms and calibration devices I was telling you about. And we're asking them to image them and measure them. And what we want to know is how much error is there in that measurement. And if it's too much, of course, then we have to work on that. But this is now the first time we're using 3D printers to take early lung cancers. This is a very lucky person who had this lung cancer. It was removed at this size. This would exponentially grow at probably 180-day doubling time or faster, and it would kill the person within a year or two. So we're able to take an image like this, turn it into a 3D print, and ship it around the world with hundreds of them sent to different locations around the world. And we're able to get data now that we've never been able to get before. So it's an exciting time.
Yeah, incredible. Well, I want to bring things back around to gaming because I know,
Yes.
like you said, you're a big gamer yourself.
Yes.
Plants vs. Zombies is a big thing, but also you were just saying before, one of the few people here probably who built their own gaming PCs and stuff. What are you running right now? If it was a previous one, tell me about the gaming PC.
So I've got an office set up, and I've got about 3 or 4 monitors, of course, and I have my Mac, which I use for work, and then it's an L-shaped thing, and then right in the middle I have my gaming PC. And if I ever get a chance, especially late at night, I will get on the PC version of Plants vs. Zombies, and I will play. But I honestly, I haven't had a chance in a long time. But that gaming PC, a fellow gamer helped me put it together. He got a little more involved than I wanted to get, but I got my hands dirty with the paste you use for the CPU, dropping the CPU down and all that sort of stuff. It's got a lot of fans, so it keeps everything nice and cool. But and of course nowadays, not like the old days, but now they put a lot of neon lights inside, or whatever, LED lights inside of them. But I do have a funny story, and that is that my youngest daughter has a friend, and she was telling me that she plays Call of Duty. And I said, which was probably a huge mistake, I said, I want to play you in Call of Duty. And so yeah, I've been getting ready to get real serious about that and do a lot of practice because I know I'm going to get killed.
We're going to see you doing speed runs of Call of Duty soon.
I wish I had more time, but I do like to stay around, especially young people who are just in the sort of the best years of their life playing games, and I want to stay current with them and play games with them. So, in fact, I'm even trying to set up. I don't even know what it's called, but when you invite a whole bunch of people to your house and you set up workstations and everybody.
Like a LAN party.
Yeah. Sorry, LAN party. That's what it is. Right. So yeah, that's coming soon.
Excellent. What just again, silly question. If you did pick a game to be your speed run that you're submitting, you're coming up on stage, you're doing it at Awesome Games Done Quick 2024 or something, or I don't know, what would be your pick?
You know, I've seen all the amazing things that happen at AGDQ, and I wouldn't have a chance for most of them, but maybe if I went back to some of the Mario games, I might be able to pull it off. Maybe.
That's some tough competition.
I know. Well, maybe.
How low do you think Super Mario Brothers is as a speed run at this point? How fast do you think Super Mario Brothers 1, that old original that everyone knows?
I'd embarrass myself answering it probably.
Throw out a number. If it's too far off, we'll definitely not cut it and keep it in anyways. This part's just for the social media.
It's minutes, right? I don't know. 15 minutes. I don't know.
Not super far off. It's 4 minutes 54 seconds. So
I'm only off by 4.
But still, well, Rick, we love talking with you. I always want to make sure I give people some space to, if there's anything in particular you wanted to get out there that I didn't ask you about a specific topic, or if you just want to, give a message out to GDQ fans or to people who need to know something about lung cancer they didn't know. Like anything else that you wanted to throw out there, I want to make sure I leave a little bit of space for you. And if the answer is no, I'm good, then that works too. But
I would just say that I personally am always available. And people can find me online or whatever. If anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer. And we like to make sure everybody understands what's going on in lung cancer screening and lung cancer early detection. So yeah, I can give you more information if you want.
Excellent. Thank you. Always available for the Call of Duty co-op speedruns coming to you.
I need a little bit of practice, but I'm working on it.
Well, thank you, Rick, so much for your time, and it's very valuable, and we really appreciate you spending it with us.
Thank you.